before the budget is presented by Nirmala Sitharaman, who is right now in Parliament. So we should be getting Doordarshan's feed in the next couple of minutes, I think. For the moment, let's quickly listen into what Akhilesh Yadav is saying.
अभी कुछ मत पूछिए, क्योंकि पिछले 10 साल में आप भी जानते हो कि आपको भी कितना सामना करना पड़ता होगा महंगाई का। आपने खुद महसूस की होगी महंगाई, और आप भी की अखबार और टीवी से ही तस्वीरें देखते हैं बेरोजगारी की। तो क्या उम्मीद करोगे आप? अब बजट आ जाने दो, 11वां बजट है, हो सकता है कुछ नया करें, लेकिन मुझे उम्मीद नहीं है।
First expectation is creation of jobs. You've seen after the economic surveys, there's a view, and after the 2024 election, that unemployment is a big issue. So how is the finance minister going to ensure creation of jobs? And secondly, as a elected Rajya Sabha member of Bengal, it is appalling that a big state like Bengal has been deprived more than 1,60,000 crores of dues, which directly impacts the rural development. And there is no justification for it. That's an attack on federalism. She must release it.
Well, the economic survey very clearly points to the fact that there has been very stubborn food inflation, which has now been holding the field for many months, if not a year. And there was a very funny recommendation in the economic survey that food inflation should be taken out of the ambit while calculating a cut in interest rates. So therefore, under those circumstances, it is imperative that the farmers and the common man, which has been reeling under the impact of inflation, their concerns need to be factored in. And obviously, in the farm sector, there's a lot of agrarian distress, as reflected by increased Manrega allocations over the years. So one does hope that these very critical elements will be taken care of by the finance minister when she presents the budget.
Let me see. Over the years, we have learned not to have very high expectations from this government's budgets. We'll have to see what they come up with, and I'll react afterwards. We'll see you later.
You get more substantial reactions once the lady on your screens has presented the budget on the floor of the House. Ladies and gentlemen, she's already in the Lok Sabha with her Bahi Khata. This is going to be a paperless budget, like many budgets in the past have been. Simply doesn't make sense to carry, those volumes of papers to the Lok Sabha, given the fact that the government of India is trying to go paperless. So that's the Bahi Khata, which she posed with outside Parliament, posed that many other things have happened. There's a cabinet meeting that took place. The Prime Minister was there. The budget has now been approved, and after its approval by the cabinet, it will be placed in Parliament, in the Lok Sabha, and via the Lok Sabha to the people of this country. Ultimately, this is the people's budget. After all, there is no such thing as government money. Everything is the taxpayers' money. I believe Karti Chidambaram is now speaking. Let's quickly go across to him.
With me, who is going to tell us what the nation expects and what the Congress Party, and as an MP of the Congress Party, you expect from the budget this year.
See, the Prime Minister has chosen to retain the same ministers in the same portfolio. So I can't expect any fresh thinking, new direction or new energy. It's the same old, same old. That notwithstanding, what I'd like to see is where the focus of this government is. Are they addressing common man issues, or are they only trying to pander to the corporates? While I completely understand that wealth creation is largely dependent on investments, and I think they should encourage an environment which will bring in great investments. But I'd like to also see where their focus is. For example, the railway budget is now part of the main budget. I'd like to see whether they are allocating money for rail safety. We are having railway accidents in such frequency. It's alarming. Because the railways has so many positions still vacant. They're not filling up those positions. And safety functions are being outsourced. And when you outsource a function, the person who's getting a contract will obviously try to profiteer from the contract, and so he will hire people not necessarily with the right skill sets, but he'll only hire people at the lowest price point. So we have to see whether they are investing in areas which will improve the lives of the common man, like rail safety, like Manrega. Because, a lot of people in rural India depend on Manrega, particularly women. And in fact, just now during my visit to the constituency, I heard that Manrega is not started in full swing post-elections. And in many places, people over 60 are being discouraged from coming to Manrega. Because actually, it is these women who don't have family support, who are over 60, sometimes depend completely on Manrega for their livelihood. And it's very unfortunate that they're getting excluded. I'd like to see whether there's focus on that. And now that there is so much attention on the fiasco of the exams, I'd like to see whether they're allocating any resources to strengthen the central testing agency, to see whether NTA is going to be reformed, whether resources are going to be put in, technological solutions are going to be. So my real attention is going to be on seeing whether this government is focusing on common man issues in this budget.
When we talk of common man issue, there's a lot of expectation from the people on the rebate on the tax slabs.
See, the tax, we really want reformation of tax. It has to be on the GST. The GST is a huge, complicated tax with multiple slabs. If they really want to bring about reform, they must reform GST. Please understand, while a small percentage pays income tax, every single person pays indirect taxes like GST. So real reform must happen in GST. But if they want to lower personal income tax, that will be welcome as well. Because I am of the economic belief that more money in people's hands, they will invest it or will spend it, and which is also good for the economy.
So Prime Minister has indicated that this would be a budget for a Viksit Bharat.
See, the Prime Minister is very good in coining slogans. I mean, he's come up with many names, and most of it is in Hindi or Sanskrit, so I don't get the meaning of it. But this is just one more slogan. What the proof of the pudding is in the eating.
So what do you have to say about the allies, the TDP and the others?
See, all of them have a very regional view, which is expected, and they are regional political parties. They'll want special status. I don't know. I really do not know whether they'll be fulfilled, and if they are not fulfilled, I do not know what political decision they will take. But sometimes their expectations are also beyond the capacity of any government to fulfill.
We've been seeing that Congress party, especially Rahul Gandhi, all the MPs from the Congress have been putting out issues out there. And today, when the budget will be read out, what would be your stand?
No, I think we should just let the budget be read out and react to the budget after studying the contents.
Thank you so much for talking to us. So Karti Chidambaram, the Congress MP, says that the Prime Minister has been saying and claiming, but it's time when he has to see that what the budget brings.
कि पिछले 10 सालों से भारत की करोड़ों जनता महंगाई की मार झेल रही है, उससे राहत के लिए इस बजट में क्या होगा, इसकी ओर सबका ध्यान जाएगा। किसानों की एमएसपी की मांग लंबे समय से चली आ रही है। 750 किसानों ने अपनी शहादत दी। उनकी एमएसपी को बढ़ाने के लिए बजट में क्या है, इसको देखना होगा।
Today, the central government is going to table the budget. What are the expectations from the Congress side?
Seeing the trend of the budget over the past 6-7 years, my only expectation that it would be dictated by big business, crony capitalists, and big donors of the BJP. In the past, whenever the budget has made any big announcements, the only people to profit are those big business donors of the BJP, because they get some incentive, some subsidy for the business interest. For the rest of India, we neither get any tax relief, nor we get any relief from inflation,